How's it going? So here is we're going to use a schema, right? So to create a schema, we do the standard one, which is go to the root, create a folder model, and then the usual Mongoose, right? We create a schema, non-strict, so it's a flexible schema, right? Now this part is very important. Normally we do it this way, right? But in Next, we have to do it with this code in here. Otherwise, it will give you an error. Let me just, the error will be override model error, cannot override model once compiled. So here we're checking, is it created? If it's created, we are going to export it. If it's not created, then create it, okay? Because server is constantly running. Without this part, it will just try to create it over and over and over, and we don't want it. And then export default, right? So this goes into model folder. Now we want to use it. Remember that in Next, there is a built-in kind of like a server, kind of like Express server that has its own REST. So we go to API. In here, you can get the code if you want, right? You must not use the handler. Do not use the handler, right? So you see test, export, yeah. So we need to import this Webster user, right? Well, the name, whichever name you put into it, we need to import it, right? So we import it in here from the location. Remember to run the DB connection function, and then the usual export default async. Remember that this is async. Do not use handler. Require response. Let data await because this is async. Webster user, so we're connecting to database. Find. So find is a method just to extract everything that's in the database, and then we're gonna send it back to our user. So this is how it works basically. Whoops, I think it's because I need to restart now, because you see, if you mess with this code, you have to restart the router. npm run dev, and this should fix it now. Yeah, so now it's working. You see, we were able to connect to our Mongo database, which is in here, Webster Brother database, and then Webster Brother is the name. So this is a collection, and this is the database. And as you can see, ID, it worked, test is on the screen. And all other methods are going to work like standard MongoDB methods are gonna work in here, okay? So important thing to note is do not use handler, and make sure that it's an async function. Okay, take care.